This is Bobby, Compile TV Repair, with a video today for a customer of ours who asked on eBay to get a replacement for a defective YPPD-J015 like the one shown here, which is sold used, and customer said it has shortage on it. Now, because we test all of those ICs before we send them out, just as the listing says, we actually test them on a live board. We don't believe it was shorted when it arrived at the customer. We don't want to argue with anybody. There's no way we can prove our point or customer can prove their point. We just believe that the customer received an IC that was functional. They put it in a board, and the board shorted out the IC. And of course, they're now complaining that it's shorted. And eBay, good as they are allowing the customer to have it their way. So before we send this one, we're going to show that it's not shorted out. For that purpose, I'm showing it right here next to where it goes on the board, where we already have a soldered one. This is the same IC that is underneath, and I've taken the liberty of signing on that IPM that will go to the customer. This is my, and by the way, note that I've replaced the black and red connectors. I do that when I travel short ports because it's a proper way to test many things is to have a reverse check. That is, the positive goes to the ground and you check. For our goal here, it doesn't really matter, but just be advised that I'm aware that I have them backwards. It's on purpose. For the goal of seeking a shortage, it doesn't really matter. So when the board fails, it usually shorts out the ground with the sustain out, or the ground with the VS input power. Sometimes it shorts VS and sustain out. Any of those three conditions, that's a power failure. Any of those three conditions is a fatal for that board. And as you can see here, this IC that is on the board does not have short here. It registers something, but it's not a shortage. It doesn't have a short here. In the reverse direction, it doesn't have anything here. It doesn't have anything here. Actually, to do it right, I have to do this, as I said, reverse, because there is a filtering diode between the ground and the sustain. Here, there's also a capacitor, but no shortage. And I want to do the exact same thing with this IC here. Here to here, you see a diode. Here to here, another one. Here to here, another one. Reverse polarity. Sorting down that. Let's see if I get them right. There you go. This, nothing. This, nothing. This, nothing. Now sometimes it also shorts, very rarely, but sometimes it also shorts between ground. Those are the power output connectors. On the other side are the driving signal connectors, where you have the ground, the sustain up, sustain down, or rather sustain down, sustain up, the plus 5 volts and the plus 18 volts for driving the low side, high side drivers of the MOSFETs inside. And sometimes it shorts out between the 18, it says 18, but it's actually 15 on the actual board. The 15 volts and the ground, or the 5 volts and the ground. And so I want to show you that we don't have that here. For that purpose, we will be touching this way. This is the first, and 18 is the last. Okay, we have 534 healthy resistance, and on the 5 volts we have nothing. It's even better. Okay, let me see if it will measure something in the reverse direction. Anything but short. Of course, I can compare against the brand new IC, but then the question can be, is it really brand new? That was touching the middle here, which is ground. That's why it was shorting. This is ground and this is ground. So if I touch this and that, it's gonna be crying that it's shorted. Come on. Alright, but if I touch the plus 5 volts, which is the third one, it's okay. And if I touch the 18, it's also not short. So once again, that is the IC that is going out. And if the repair is not done properly on that board, then it's going to fail just like the first one. And of course, eBay may jump in again and allow customer to do whatever they want. Good luck with your repair, and hope that helped.